Okay, so welcome to my video. Hello. I wanted to do a real quick run through of the Vanderspek TM Touch Me, the ready-made planner, because I got one of these and I did an unboxing video of this planner several months ago, and I have run it through its paces, and I have decided that I don't think this is a planner that is going to work for my lifestyle. And the reason that I wanted to do a little walkthrough of this is to kind of show you why this is a beautiful, wonderful, fantastic planner, but just because it's beautiful and wonderful does not mean it's going to fit all needs. And I felt like it was not fitting mine. So one of the great things about this planner is that it is incredibly supple. Like, I can't stop touching it, honestly, when it is near me, right? Part of that is it's all real leather. They do custom made jobs. This is a pre-made. I didn't do a custom one, and I actually was on a wait list to get this, so I was so enthusiastic about wanting to make this my big workbook, my life book, the big book. And in the end, it was just too big, is basically what it came down to. The strap, this very incredible sturdy strap, yes, too wide and chunky. And then what I thought I was going to love the most about this are these rings. These rings are huge, and you can see the amount of paper I was able to fit with still have room with these monstrous rings. So what I was able to do was to keep all of my monthly tabs. I was also able to fit in a huge section of blank paper for notes and ideas as they came to me. I had my quarterly plan in here. I had my outlines. I had all of my big business in this book. But as you can see, it was just incredibly big. And what I found myself doing was not wanting to take it places. It became the desk book. And that does not necessarily suit my life because I do not work at home. I work on a university campus, which means I have an office, but I also go from classroom to classroom. And to keep everything in this was heavier than my laptop in the end, and I found that to be just a slog. It would be like carrying around a copy of the DSM-5 with you everywhere that you went, which if you're studying psych, you might have to do that, but you also know how burdensome that is. But I still want to celebrate a lot of the attributes that it has. It has two pin loops, and they are covered leather with elastic in the back. There is this little zip on the side here for a little accoutrement, and behind it a little pocket. There are business card slots. There's a pocket here. There is a pocket here. Then if you look in the back section, there are multiple business card and credit card slots. There is a pocket here. And then there's also a back flat pocket where I was able to fit a little cashier notebook. I think that's how you say it, cashier. A pen loop in the back to keep a little highlighter so I can highlight things. This keeps like random little pieces of paper. And then there is a pocket. I don't know if I can get it really well, but there's a pocket that is between the rings and the back cover. So there's this big long pocket for keeping things together, kind of like where if someone gives you, what often happens to me, someone will give me a printout of a receipt and I can fold it in half and I can just stick it in these little spaces, which was incredibly handy when I felt like I could carry it places. But it was just such a chunk. Look at that. Look how big that is. And that's not even at full capacity, but it was such a chunk that I just dreaded carrying it around. So considering that I am a mobile person, that I have to do all of my work on the go, that I don't work from home, I don't even write from home. I am a novelist and I write everywhere. You will often find me at a library or a Panera or in my office working on things and working on scenes. So it just was not mobile enough for my mobile life. So what I did was I switched over to a smaller planner, which was always my go-to for a very long time. Now, I used to have this in hot pink. I still actually have it, but I've changed my aesthetic vibe to primarily black. And so I got the same planner, but I got it in the solid black. Now, this is the Halifax Original, and it does not, it's very simple. It does not have as many pockets. It is incredibly versatile, and it's incredibly sturdy. So while the Vanderspek is incredibly supple, you could kind of see it was a little floppy. This is not floppy. This is very firm. It's firm in the hand. It's very rugged. I think it's just two pieces of like very firm leather sewn together. So it doesn't have that that floopiness. It's incredibly sturdy, and it feels sturdy in the hand. And you'll also see that the rings are not near as large. These are small rings. It's a smaller in size too. That was an A5. This is the personal size. So I switched back over to this, and I did not have any regrets at all. I'd already knew that I loved it. It was incredibly mobile. I could take it wherever I needed. Now, you might be wondering, where is my calendar and things? Well, that is because this material here is what came with the new Filofax that I bought. So I do celebrate this size and this, I mean, it's a little worn now, but I celebrate this size. I celebrate this planner. I've enjoyed it. It's been wonderful. I'm probably going to go back to it at some point, but I needed a little bit of a change. So I purchased a Saffiano Filofax red, poppy red planner to get me through this fall. Now, while my aesthetic is still black and white, there's no reason to have a little red all over. So this is going to be, especially for this fall at least. So with the Saffiano, one of the things I worried about, because I've had a Saffiano before, and because as I was talking about with the Filofax Original, I feel like it's two pieces of leather sewn together, so it's incredibly sturdy, and it doesn't have any give. You just feel leather when you hold it in your hand, which is one of the things I like about it. One of the things that worries me about any type of colored or faux leather or processed leather is that it's not sturdy in that same way. As you might be able to tell when I push in on this, there is a bounciness, there's a plushness, and some planners have more than others, and I like to keep that plushness to a minimum because I want my planner to feel incredibly sturdy. I got a Saffiano years ago, someone bought it for me in teal. And one of the things that bugged me about it was the plushiness. It was in teal. I did not love the color. But then also, you see this smooth strap here is sewn, but also glued. So what happened was, after a couple of months, the particular one that I had gotten, eventually the glue wore off. I'm going to blame the fact that I was in Florida, and where it was very humid for that and hot. So I'm hopeful that this will hold up a little bit better. But I did find a neat little resolution to it is I got my sewing kit out with some embroidery thread, and I ended up sewing it back together, and it actually looked really cool. So I already know that's my plan if this one starts to wear away. But hopefully it won't. Hopefully it's going to be incredibly sturdy. So with the personal size, again, incredibly mobile. This one is very minimal. I don't know why I keep saying minimum. So it's got the pocket here, and also places for business cards or credit cards, however you want to do it. These are my business cards, and a place for a pen, a little elastic, but it's only one pen holder. So when you go minimal, you have to make sacrifices. So this is my dashboard, and I've got all of the months set up with my top loading tabs. And I also have little mini color dashboard dividers that I made. As you can see, this is November. I just found this this card that's stuck in there. I also have a very cool one. Yeah, for December. So loving that. And this is just a journal card and some washi tape and some cardstock layered on top of another layer of cardstock. And then I also added some Post-it notes that I trimmed down with some washies for some inspirational quotes. I've got that one for December. I've got, this is one, I don't want to like show my whole calendar, but this is one, Queen doesn't hope or wish, she decides. That was my theme for November, and also a little tiger. Another thing that I did when I downsized, also that's a card for January, is I got, or I do get, because I'm a subscriber to this company, Cloth and Paper, they will send me monthly subscription boxes full of different accoutrements. And lately they've been doing these pockets with their receipts tucked into them. And so they're very simple, like I said, just a little pocket where it's cardstock, so it's not plastic or anything, and it's incredibly reusable. And I reuse these all the time for stickers or quote cards. Like this one's so open because I have this big fat stack of quote cards that I'm keeping in them so they don't get lost or loose. So when I got this green one, I thought it was cool, and I took my hole punch, which I use a single for everything. And I lined it up with the paper, and I went boom, 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 boom. And even though it gets a little bit on the pocket, that actually helps it a little bit. And so now I have this storage spot, the storage pocket in my new planner, which I like. Now, the only thing I don't like is the red and the green. Feels a little too Christmassy, but I just really loved this green color, especially when it was in the black planner. But see what we can do. I have a couple of dividers. I have this, got this forever ago. This also might be Cloth and Paper. It's a little pocket that I keep stickers and different things. Sometimes I like to, when I'm doing my pages, use this stencil that I got from Michael's back when they were doing planners and bullet journals. And so I'll just keep it right here for an on-the-go planning sesh. And then I have my pockets in the back where I store extra accoutrement. And then, of course, there's a pocket here, but I can't imagine using it for any reason. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to work with that one. And then that is my dashboard. So we're going smaller. Because when it's smaller, it's not very heavy. It's very light in my hand, and it's definitely dense with stuff, but and I don't have room for a extra highlighter. The best I could do would be to slip one right here, but I've already noticed today when I do that, every time I open it, there it goes, it falls out, and that's annoying because most of the time it falls out to the floor. So I think I'm just going to go without the highlighter for a little while and see how it goes. But I'm pretty pleased. I'm pretty pleased with the setup, pretty pleased with how it's going to go. It feels very pretty. It was nice. This actually was shipped to me from Australia, I think is what it said. And it was actually a pretty decent price, so I'm feeling good about that. The Saffiano has been on the market for a while, so it's not like the new hotness. So that's why I think I was able to get it for a good price. But I love the poppy color. I love the brightness of it. And let's just be honest, it looks really good with that black. So I'm going to hold on to that. So this is where I am now. Stay tuned. Sometimes I will do resales of the planners that don't work for me. I don't think I'm going to resell the Vanderspek yet, but that doesn't mean I won't. So right now I have a Poshmark and Mercari store that's called Plan with B. And if you are looking for planner supplies and things, I do post those things there. All right, so please leave a comment if you have questions, like and subscribe, and always go to my website, brandybradley.com, to find out what I'm writing, because I write all the time, because that's what I do. All right, stay tuned. Talk to you soon. Bye.